And that was the exact moment where if someone ever said to you, like, what part of your body you would eat if you had to eat it, don't start with your brain.
No.
Well, that's a
No,
good
like
thing.
do you
Yeah.
pinkies, your pinky
Your
toes.
feet.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you need your feet to get, but your
Yeah,
toes,
that's right.
right? But like your brain, don't start with your brain because that's the thing that makes stuff happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would do my little two
Yeah.
little toes, because I have corns on them.
Oh, so they added flavor.
Actually, that's part of the play.
Oh,
No.
So
At
I don't
my-
want to talk about it because I'm depressed.
At
Don't
my
then.
age, I would have taken something else that I
Go-
don't use anymore.
go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me. Stop it. Stop yourself.
Stop
Good.
right there.
Self-censorship is a sign of intellect.
Yeah.
The play is Everything is Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You gentlemen are in it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're both in it. We sit on a park bench in a
Mhm.
park, and we talk about getting older with dignity and humor and a sense of reason to be alive.
Uh,
I'm a grumpy old guy.
you guys have just made me feel an emotion,
Oh, that's
and
good.
I thought I was a robot up until this moment. All jokes aside, I think that what you're talking about is extremely important right now. Tell me
Well,
why you wrote this play. What was there a situation? Did something happen?
The playwright is France Levasseur. We met. She wrote numerous, I think about 37 plays in French. This one here was written a few years ago to illustrate how important it is to grow old and find things that are important in your life at that time of your life, because you become invisible. You become not useful to anything. So we try to illustrate something of that nature where you're still useful, but the role I play is I'm an old guy and I'm sort of bitchy. I don't get to see my kids or my grandkids, and that's what really bothers me. And he's there to bring me up, to give me a little more joy of life.
And I try to use as many techniques as I can, strategies to get him to crack a smile, which he hasn't done for 50 years. And he's one of my good friends. We grew up, had a lot of good times together. So we go back
What is your
again.
relationship? Did you work together? Did you were you cops? Did you work on a
No,
farm?
We never
Like, what-
worked together, but we were
Yeah.
good friends. But we played a lot of hockey.
Ah.
And one of the best scenes is reviewing our hockey history together, and it's very physical humor.
Yeah.
And it's very funny. And I just got to add that because of the pandemic,
Yeah.
and the seniors in particular who have suffered so much, this play resonates in so many people that we've talked to that have heard about it, and especially the French people, because this play originally was written in French. And
Ah.
we actually, before the pandemic, we're touring Canada for the last two years almost.
Yeah.
And to great acclaim. And it's so that's why we had it translated, because it resonates with the seniors and with anyone who thinks they might ever get there.
Oh.
They need to see it.
Do you find that there's irony with age? Because everybody wants to live as long as they can, but then there's this like weird gray area
Mhm.
where people start to like be very superficial and judgmental, and I don't understand it. I was adopted, so I don't have grandparents. I don't have I don't talk to my family that much. But like right now, all I want to do is talk to people who are older than me, and like sort of steal their truths. But do you find that there's this weird irony when it comes to that? Because we all want to live as long as we can. So
Yeah.
why do people become so shitty when it comes to people who are growing healthily and older?
It seems that you become irrelevant because you don't seem to be contributing as much as when you were working, or as much as you were involved in the community. As you get older, once you you retire and stuff like that, you sort of have trouble finding a sense of purpose, a sense of being, because you don't participate as much in the community. First of all, you get up in the morning and all of a sudden you're hurt here.
Yeah.
Okay, you hurt here this morning. Next
Mhm.
morning it'll be hurt somewhere else,
Mhm.
and everything becomes a chore, a task, and it can get you down. So to try to get over that, well, you have to find a purpose in life.
And that sounds like what you're describing as your character as being a bit of a,
Exactly.
grumpy,
Exactly.
bitchy dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the key things is to have some friends and stay in touch with a few people, especially people who are optimistic and positive.
Yeah.
Don't surround yourself with the negative as you get
Ah.
older. That to me would be the advice I would give a lot of people who are having the doubts, the transition between
Mhm.
I want to grow old and then all of a sudden I'm there and I don't like it. Well,
Yeah.
surround yourself with positivity, and then all of a sudden the smile will come back.
Would you say it? And I'm not trying to angle you down any direction, but is it culturally a problem, especially with, um, because I was with a young lady for many years, and she was Indian, she was West Indian, but like her relationship to her parents, no matter how old they were, was very strong, and there was this
Mhm.
like sharing of information. Like there, even though her mom wasn't very mobile, she still had a lot of input into the family because she had experienced so much. Do you think that that's something that we're jumping and that we're not, that we're gleaning over as a culture? I don't want to say, I don't know how to put it, as I don't want to say it's a white culture thing. I don't want to say it's a Canadian thing, but is it something where we're just
Uh,
not paying attention to it?
Without being too silly about it, I do think there is growth
Yeah.
that is needed in the way the young people in particular respect the elders.
Yeah.
And there are cultures that are better at that than we are. And let's just be honest with ourselves. There's work to be done.
Yeah.
And that's why a little play like ours, 55 minutes of humor and a bit of deep thinking,
Mhm.
might lend a hand in that
Mhm.
area. Like we really believe that this is therapeutic. Everything is beautiful. It's
Mhm.
not just the title. It's we want to live it.
Walk me through the themes. Walk me through what happens. It's a park bench. One gentleman is down, the other gentleman is trying to pick him up, but it's more than that. Without giving away too much, tell me what the more is.
Wow, that's the guy's down. I'm his friend. I try to pick up his spirits, and I
Mhm.
use a whole bunch of techniques. And I'll
And
try to
do
tell a
you come
story.
in prepared to help your friend? Like
Well, I've
you're
been
going to
doing
see your
it for
friend,
a
and you're
long
like, okay,
time.
okay, I'm gonna help
Yeah,
him today.
I've been doing it all a long time. I'm off
Ah,
stage and I'm getting myself psyched up just the way you just said.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm going to help my friend today. I'm going to
yeah.
get
I
through
love
to
him.
him
I
today.
love him. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love him.
yeah.
But he's a, you know,
And he knows he knows
But he's a
he knows
downer.
he's going to he knows he's going to be there in that park by the school because the old guy goes by there 3 4 times a week to try
Yeah.
to get a glimpse of his grandson who's at the
Ah,
school
and you
that he
can't
never
see your
gets to see
grandson. That's right.
that he never
Oh,
gets to see.
jeepers.
You see, he never gets to see because every time he tries to, he invites him. Well, they're too busy or they got too much of their own thing going. And so,
Excuse, excuse, excuse. Yeah,
yeah,
I see that.
exactly. And
Yeah.
the guy never gets to see him. So and my the other character, he comes by to because he knows I'm going to be there.
Mhm.
Because I'm there all the time trying to get a glimpse of my grandson.
Here's a weird angle. Do you like the fact that he's something that you can work on? Do you
Oh yeah,
like the fact that you are motivated to do
yeah.
something to keep yourself intellectually stimulated to try to help him? Is that in that character arc in a way?
I think your character needs this character to be around you.
Yeah.
And near the end of the play, there's a breakthrough. There's an aha moment where, oh my gosh, I don't want to give anything
That
away,
was it.
but it's
Yeah, yeah, don't.
beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful ending that I think what it does is that it gives hope to everybody.
Oh,
That ending is a hopeful ending for everyone who sees the play.
oh, that's what we need, man.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah, he says he's a grumpy old guy, and the grumpy he says, what's a grandpa? He's the same as a grandpa, but he grumpier.
I love to
Grandpa.
list my
I love my grandpa. Shut up.
My grandpa.
I, I like to list my list of illnesses, and he says, "Oh, you're not going to talk about your illnesses again." I said, and why not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're real.
Yeah, when you talk, I listen, and
Yeah.
I love to talk about my illnesses. It's my way of listing, of itemizing what's still working. And
So, yeah, I mean, you're
Not telling you my
but,
illnesses. I'm actually bragging about what
Yeah.
isn't sick in me.
yeah,
So
exactly.
I've got spirochetes, which
Yeah.
means anyway.
we don't
Um,
want to give away too much, but
Yes,
there's a lot
yeah.
of moments of a lot of intellectual capacity to deal with your own problems. It's up to you. It's a decision. It's a self decision to be happy.
people are starting
That's
to understand the role of art in our lives.
right.
Whereas people would see it as a frivolous thing that people do for free, and they see actors as people that are just wasting time before they have to go do a waiting job. But when someone
I lost you
dies,
there.
yeah, but when someone
lost the
dies
picture.
or something terrible happens in your life that you can't explain, where do you go?
Yeah.
You go to art, you go to poetry, you go to song.
Yeah, that's we have all of that. So we've lost connection with you, I think.
We hear you, but we don't see you.
Oh, I'm beautiful.
Yeah,
You
you're
should see
beautiful.
me. I'm gorgeous.
Yeah.
Because
Well, that'll
I
do.
can still see you, and I am still recording.
Okay. Well, that's
So the most important part is taken care of.
okay. Great.
So you two gorgeous beasts, just keep doing your thing.
Thank you.
And you know what? I actually only have one question left.
Mhm.
If you were going to try to explain this to somebody who doesn't like theater, who doesn't go to theater, who just isn't the theater person, what is something that you would say to them as if you were explaining your favorite song, or trying to describe a beautiful sunset? Like, what was it? What is a way that you would? And you're not going to try to talk them into it, but you're trying to sell them on the merits of it. Is there anything like a sentence or an image that you can give them that would get them to get their ass off the couch and out into the seats and
Well,
see you guys?
there's a comment that was made not only by the director, but a few people who saw us in rehearsal and said, magic happens when these two grizzled actors share the stage. I would say, come
That's
and
beautiful.
taste magic. And
Come and taste magic. Also, that's the name of my new punk band.
They decide to refuse to live in the darkness. They decide to live in the light and be still keep on living and being part of life and being involved in life.
That's part of the aha moment.
Lovers in a Dangerous Time by Bruce Hornsby. You got to kick at the darkness till it bleeds daylight.
Right on.
That's wonderful.
Right on.
Anything I didn't, all of the information for the shows and everything is going to be in the body of the video. They're going to be able to reach you and buy tickets and all that stuff. But is there anything that you wished I asked, or is there anything that I might have missed, or is there just one last statement you want to make about the show? And you can both do it, or one of you. It's up to you.
I've been at it a long time. I've been in theater. I've been involved in, but in English, I haven't played all that much. I've been in, I would say, half a dozen productions in my life in
Mhm.
English. In French, I've been in about 2,000 productions. So
Could you please give me your favorite line of any show you've ever been? This is intense, but in French. Your favorite line to say in French. And don't tell me what it means.
Oh, there was one play. I wasn't in that one because it was a transvestite that was, and he said, he comes on initially, he says, "Ce soir on ne fait pas l'amour, on souille.
Ce soir était pour un souhait.
Ce soir on ne fait pas l'amour, on souille." Tonight we're you know.
Yeah.
Funny,
Oh, I
it
got it.
comes to me all the time.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Ah.
Uh,
It's from a play called La Duchesse de Langeais,
Le Chef
the
de
Duchess
Langer.
of Langeais or whatever. And he was a guy,
Yeah,
but he was terrific.
yeah.
His name was what was his name?
The actor?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he was terrific, and I always remembered him coming on stage. And in French theater in Edmonton, for a long time, the nuns and the priests and all the clergy and all the community would come to see the plays. And one time they presented this play, the Duchesse de Langeais, which was way, way, way over the top. So they lost a lot of
They lost a lot of their followers.
Oh,
followers.
well, then forget about them.
It was a big scandal.
They weren't lucky. They
Yeah,
forget about
right.
them.
That's right.
Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
really
Thank
appreciate your
you.
time.
This was wonderful. We loved your sense of humor and your capacity to understand
The French language.
Well, to be kind, you're both very weird.
Yeah,
And
we are.
I also can smell my own. So
You wanna
we are,
know-
there's a kinship that translates.
Yeah.
And
wanna
thank
know how
you
old
for
we are?
being like, you used the breadth of your expression is refreshing to me. You're not just
You
selling
wanna
your
know
show.
How old we are?
I think you're pushing 50. And you're, you're fake.
He's
You're a
45.
fake. You're what we call a Lethbridge 47.
There you go. You switched those
Nailed
two
it.
numbers and switch the two numbers and you're
You'll
pretty
be
close.
Really?
Really? 77.
Well, pardon my French, but holy shit.
Holy shit. And you know what? And we're doing what the play tells us to do. We're continuing to find ways to be relevant.
And
I think you are in your attempt. You already are. Success or not, the attempt is I am lucky to have talked to you. Don't thank
Thanks
me.
a lot.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Please come and
You
see
are
us at
very
the play.
welcome. I will send this out to you to this email, and if you don't like it, that's your problem. Get over it.
That's yeah. Suck it up.
Now, do
Thank
need
you,
anything
gentlemen.
else?
Have
Do you need
a,
us to send you a poster with some information on the play, or are you okay?
that would make my job easier because I do have access to all of the info.
Well, there's
Um,
this poster with some descriptions on the back end.
You know
We
what?
can
I would
send
love
you
it.
that.
If that poster, I think would add a lot of color to it. I
And
would
this
love
in
that
the back.
poster. I think that would
We'll
be
send
great.
it to you.
The front and the back, if I could, because I just saw
Yeah,
some
both
beautiful
of them,
pictures
yeah.
in the back. So yes, gentlemen,
Wonderful.
have a
Merci
good
beaucoup.
night.
À la
Bye-bye.
prochaine, à la prochaine.
Merci. Yeah. Toi, toi, toi.